What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? Hi everyone, welcome back to Ravers Mead. I have my glamorous assistant Woody here with me again today. Hello, sweet boy. Hello. He's so handsome, isn't he? So, I thought I would talk to you today about how we go about looking after all of this gorgeous hair he has. Oh, there's a great big knot in there. Look at that, that's no good. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys today about how we go about looking after all of this hair. Now, whenever I take him out places, people always come up to us and say, oh my goodness, you must have to brush his hair all the time, and oh wow, how do you ever maintain that? How do you keep it in such good condition? Actually, it's really simple to get your horse's hair like this. I don't use any fancy products, I don't do anything particularly noteworthy. My regime for keeping his hair in good condition is actually quite a lazy one, to be honest. So my trick is that his hair stays plaited pretty much all the time, with the exception of him going to a show, or like now when I'm brushing it and tidying it up, his hair will remain plaited all through the year. And another thing I will do is I make sure to keep it covered. So if you want spectacular mane, I would highly recommend that you invest in one of these. Let me just lay it out so you can have a look here. I would recommend that you invest in a hood. Now this particular one is from Snuggy Hoods, and yeah, I absolutely love these hoods. They come in all sorts of different materials. Various different companies make them, just happens to be the one that I have at the moment for him. One of the biggest things that's going to help you keep that hair in good condition is keeping it covered, which is why we have the hoods. If he's not wearing a hood, I make sure that he has a rug that comes all the way up to his ears, so all the way up to here, to protect all of that hair. Now you may have noticed in some of my other videos that him and Blue have these lovely sweet itch rugs that actually come all the way up and over the ears. Now that is absolutely perfect for keeping mane in good condition because it's all covered. It's going to stop them from rubbing it out themselves. It's going to prevent any field mates from getting too carried away with mutual grooming and making bald patches that way. And it's also going to just keep the hair a lot tidier and a lot cleaner. So there you go. Those are my two secrets for keeping mane like this. Keep them plaited, keep them covered up. It's literally as simple as that. I don't use any fancy products on his mane. In fact, unless we're going to a show, the only thing I will put on his mane is a little bit of pig oil. My favourite product. And it's my favourite product because it's so good for so many things. I use it on their feathers, use it on their tails, use it on their manes. It helps with malanders, it helps with feather mites, and it keeps the hair super clean. I love the stuff. So all I will do is, throughout the summer months, I will generally take his plaits out once a week, give them a really good brush, give them a light oiling, and then plait them all back up. Over the winter, I generally do that once a fortnight, just because we're not doing as much in the winter. They don't get messed up as much because I'm not doing as much with him, so they just don't need quite as much attention at that time of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and get him oiled up and plaited back up, so I'm just going to pop you guys down and show you how I do that. Okay, so super simple. I just grab this stuff. I only use a tiny little bit, so I will just pour. Oh, that's way too much. I'll put that back in. I've just got enough to rub on my hands like that. That's absolutely plenty. I poured way too much out then. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Just going to run it through the hair. Nicely. Do the underside as well. Now, I've already given this a really good brush today, but what I would normally do is just rub the oil through like that, and then just go ahead, give it one final brush, make sure there's no knots or anything like that. Pop the lid back on here. Now, I don't like to do my plaits too small. I like to do nice chunky plaits. I have found in the past that if you do lots of really small, tight plaits, it can give your horse a kind of afro look when you take them out again, and it can be really hard to get the hair to go straight again for quite a while if you've done that. So what I will do on him, I generally do 3 great big chunky plaits. I always use 2 hairbands per plait because you can guarantee one of them's going to snap. It just seems to be the way of things. So on him, I'm just going to do 3 really big, fairly loose, chunky plaits. We're not fussing over this in any way. I just want the hair up and out of the way. Like I said, I'm not pulling these super tight because I don't want the plaiting to crimp his hair as such. I mean, there's a little bit of waviness in here from the plaiting, but that will fall out within a couple of hours of his hair being down. That's not a big deal. In the past, I used to do like 8 to 10 really small, tight plaits all along here, and when I'd take it out, he looked like he just gone and got a perm. It was crazy. Now, another reason for me keeping these plaits really loose is because he has to live in these. I mean, when you're doing presentation plaits for hunting and things like that, they're really, really tight, but the horse only has to put up with that for a few hours. He lives like this. This is how his hair stays for 99% of the time. So I need to make sure that he's comfortable in them. So they're nice and loose up here. He can put his head down up wherever he wants it and they're not going to fall. Okay, so there we have it, guys. 3 nice big, loose, chunky plaits. I'm not going to bother to plait his forelock today. I do sometimes plait it up, but I find that, I don't know, it seems to irritate him a little bit, but he doesn't do any damage to this. This doesn't require an awful lot of care, so that's absolutely fine, loose. And yeah, that is it. It's literally this simple. This is the secret to having lovely, long, thick, beautiful hair on your horses. Keep it plaited. Don't fuss over it or brush it too often. I personally wouldn't bother fussing over all the fancy products. I mean, there are loads of products out there that are supposedly branded towards helping the hair regrow. I've not personally tried them, so I can't speak from experience, but I don't see how putting something on the hair is going to make the hair grow. I mean, I could possibly understand adding things into the diet to help the hair grow, but I think a lot of these products are mis-advertised. Like I said, this is all you need to do to keep your hair in good condition. Plait it up. I brush his hair once a week or once a fortnight. I put a little bit of oil on it, and I will put something like this on him to keep it covered. And that is literally it. I hope that was helpful for you today, guys. If you have any questions, please do feel free to pop those in the comments down below. I'm going to get Mr. Woodster here dressed, and then we're probably going to get some tea. Aren't you, sweet boy? Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, guys, and I will see you next time.